Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandee and Jodi.
Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandee. I'm here with my sister, Jodi.
Hello.
So I joined the Is We Dummies Facebook group.
Yeah.
Which is for the podcast Is We Dumb?
Yeah.
Which is a great podcast.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It's very funny. And I read a joke on there this week that just cracked me up. So I'm going to start with a stupid joke. How does a rock pee?
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
He Dwayne's his Johnson.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That really cracked me up.
Dwayne's his Johnson. Oh, that one's bad.
I thought it was funny. Oh, gosh. Okay. So I have some funny tweets to begin with. And these first ones are kids that feel very strongly about their birthdays.
Okay.
So first one, kids in second grade.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, what?
The reason we're doing these is because Brandy's birthday is Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Woohoo!
Oh.
Happy birthday, Brandy!
Thank you.
We're drinking cocktails in her honor.
We are, and they're very yummy.
They are amaretto cranberry kisses.
Ooh.
That's what they're called. They're yummy.
Yummy and strong.
Yes, they're very strong.
So.
Well, at least the first one was. I kind of toned it down a little bit the second time.
Good. Okay, so first one. Kids in second grade Zoom class will straight up raise their hands in the middle of math lesson to be like, my birthday's in 8 days.
Now, see, that's how I'm different. I'm like, I don't say anything and hope it just passes, by.
Well, these are kids. And
Even when I was a kid, I didn't do that.
You were still so excited about your birthday, though, right?
I don't remember.
I used to be so excited. It's your parents. They made it exciting, I think. But yeah, now I'm like hiding because I don't want anyone to know it's my birthday.
Once you get past a certain age, it's like, let's just
day.
not acknowledge
exactly.
that it's my birthday. Okay.
Exactly. Okay. Next one. 3-year-old. I'm having trouble getting up because I'm getting old.
Oh, God.
He's clearly stressed about turning 4 soon.
Oh, I'll be smacking that kid.
4. Next one, my son's reaction on turning 7. Finally, I've been waiting for this for like a year. My daughter turned 5 today. She's currently having a meltdown because she still looks 4.
Oh.
I think we did that one before.
Yeah, we did.
It's still cute. Next one. It's finally my son's birthday after 364 days of me telling him it's not his birthday.
Oh, my God. I'd be like, you know what? I'll just tell you.
Yeah,
today,
exactly.
Okay.
I'll let you know. Next one. I put a lot of effort into making my 4-year-old's birthday cake, so it'll be perfect for when she tells me she wanted it to be completely different. Next one. 7-year-old. Can I play with my birthday presents? Me. After your party's over. 7-year-old. Everyone needs to go home now.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Next one. The longest birthday song in the world is the happy birthday song to a toddler who is ready to help blow out some candles. Next one. 5-year-old. I wish I was turning 6 already. I'm done with being 5.
Don't wish your life away.
Seriously. If they only knew.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast.
It does. Next one. My kid had her whole class make birthday cards for her dog who celebrated his birthday yesterday. We don't have a dog.
Oh. Okay.
That girl is going to be a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to be the boss of everyone. Everyone make me dog birthday cards. Now, I don't have a dog, but we're going to make it work. Okay, next one. Letta, upon turning 7 years old. I feel different today. Like, I'm bigger. Really, I'm serious. Next one. The 5-year-old wants everyone to know she is turning 6 in 53 days, and she really, really wants a Nintendo 3DS. Get on that, everyone. Next one. It's my son's 9th birthday. So yesterday, he thought it would be a great idea to secretly go into my phone and set my alarm for 6 a.m. so we could get up early.
Oh my gosh. See, how does a little one even know how to do that?
If you give a baby a phone now, they change your password. It's insane. I don't know.
And we're all like, I don't know how to do
I know. I know. We're asking the 12-year-old how to do shit on our
Isn't that
phone.
Crazy.
Yeah. Next one. This amazing card my son's friend made him for his birthday. It's my new life motto. It says, the older you get, the better you get, unless you're a banana.
Oh my God, that's so true.
Next one, for my son's birthday, I surprised him with chocolate cereal for breakfast. He always asks for it when we're at the grocery shop. Turns out he doesn't like it and has spent the last week reminding me that I wasted my money.
Oh, well.
Moral of the story, don't do nice things for your kids.
I guess not. Shit.
Next one, sorry random child at the playground that my daughter has just invited to her birthday party 4 months from now. It's never going to happen. Next one, my daughter turned 7 today. I'm looking forward to season 7 of When is My Next Birthday?
Oh my gosh. Peyton never did that.
Joel did that for a while. And I literally was like, I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
When I'll even tell you when it's getting close. Quit asking me every day. Next one, my kid just turned 5 and went on a streak of good behavior because, quote, I'm 5 now, Daddy. Anyway, that was a fun 30 minutes.
Hey, enjoy it while you can.
Next one, it might be inappropriate to bring beer to someone else's kid's birthday party, but I just can't take the chance that there won't be any. I think these are about birthday parties now. I'm with my kid for a birthday party at a bowling alley. There's a bar here. She may have her first Uber ride tonight. The anxiety I had about childbirth is nothing compared to the anxiety I have about hosting birthday parties for the resulting kids. Which is very true.
Yes, it is true.
Next one, I'm watching a magic show at a kid's party. I wish he could make me magically disappear. Okay, and then these are just the funniest tweets from parents for the week. I actually found these on Yahoo. Every parent who has picked up a toddler and taken them away from a playground while they kick and scream and cry is legally allowed to put bouncer on their resume's work history.
That was always the worst when they're having so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
You have to be the downer.
I know. Next one, my 1-year-old is walking around pantsless carrying a jar of queso. I know people eventually turn into their mother, but I didn't expect it to be so soon. Next one, my 4-year-old listening to my heartbeat with his toy stethoscope says, I have a bad news for you. I'm pretty sure there are a ton of bats in there. Next one, parenting books don't prepare you for your teens' hoarding of all the dishes and silverware in their bedrooms. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Next one, my 5-year-old. Mommy, I want to hear a song. Me, what song, baby? Her, the one with the girl and the music? Me, is that a hint? Sing some of it for me. Her, dun 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 dun, and then she sings. Me, I don't know what that is. Her, why don't you know the song? Next one. Toddler obsessed with Batman for 6 months. I buy all Batman gifts for her birthday. Morning of birthday, toddler only likes Paw Patrol.
Aw.
That is so true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Next one, just overheard the phrase pregnant with a baby and secretly wondered what the other options were.
Well,
Next one. The guy who found shrimp in his cereal has clearly never had breakfast with a toddler. Yesterday, I had Hot Wheels in my oatmeal. The day before, it was batteries in my pancakes.
Yeah.
Next one. Somewhere there's a parent driving alone, stuck behind a slow-moving truck and thinking, I don't care how long this takes. Next one. My 4-year-old. When I was in your tummy, it was super gross in there. Next one. My son just told me that he loves the new toy trucks they got at daycare. They are his toy trucks. We donated them because he refused to play with them.
Oh my gosh.
And that's such a kid thing to do. Oh my gosh. Next one. Zoom teacher is giving out shout-outs, gushing about how special everyone is. My kids' kudos? Thank you for being interesting. Like when you added an alien to our pictures of spring.
That is great.
I know, that's the best kid in the class.
That is awesome. The only way it'd be better is if it was Bigfoot.
Yes. That would be amazing. That kid would be the best. Next one. When a child has a birthday, I feel like the mother should be celebrated. So happy stretch mark making, saggy booby making, crotch tearing anniversary to me.
Yeah, really.
Next one. Apparently yelling, yes, queen, is not cool anymore. So I'm no longer allowed to talk in front of my daughter and her friends.
Oh my God, that's great.
Next one. These movies have kids obsessed with playing marriage. We're trying to get our girls to be as excited about playing graduation by telling them it's really fun and there's a lot of cake. Next one. No one is more excited than a 4-year-old who just heard the word poop and is about to unleash 10 minutes of poop improv jokes on everyone in the room.
Oh, yeah. I remember that phase.
Yeah. Next one. I actually think I'd be a good View host, just saying the most deranged things, but then crying a bit at the end of each segment about how much I love my kids, so America still roots for me.
Okay.
And my last one. Have kids so you can argue about things like whether or not it's actually raining.
Oh. All right.
And those are mine for the week.
Okay. This week I did the creepiest urban legends and stories from Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And I got this from Ranker. Mexico is one of the largest countries in the world and a popular vacation spot to party it up. But you might have second thoughts before booking those spring or summer break plane and hotel tickets if you grew up hearing the multiple spine-chilling urban legends from Mexico that revolve around mothers, children, and ghosts.
Ooh.
These 10 urban legends and creepy stories from Mexico, including the famous La Llorona and Chupacabra, and not so famous La Lechuza and El Cucuy, and everything in between, are hard to forget, and for the murderers and ghosts taking center stage in the legend, the stories will never be forgotten. Mm. So this is La Llorona Cries for Her Children. La Llorona, otherwise known as the Crying Woman, fell head over heels for a man who gave her the ultimatum, him or her children. The Crying Woman chose the latter, drowned her own children, in hopes to be with the man she loved. But after rejecting her, she took her own life as well. Whereabouts of the man, and if he was the children's biological father, still remain unknown. The Crying Woman goes around the streets of Mexico, grieving the loss of her children. Children must never wander the streets alone or misbehave, or La Llorona will come out and get them.
Ooh.
How a mother could choose...
Absolutely not.
She should be in eternal misery.
Absolutely. Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
And the dude that didn't want him in the first place.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Fuck everyone.
This one is, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, but El Cucuy. Behave or El Cucuy will come and find you. A warning from the parents, El Cucuy, otherwise known as the Boogeyman, is a creature who preys on children who have misbehaved their parents. He can show up at any given moment in the night, in your closet, under your bed, at the foot of your mattress. Always listen to your parents or the boogeyman will find you.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy.
Yes, it is.
It will definitely do a lot to make kids behave.
Yes. I could not do that to my child.
No, that's mean.
No. A nurse prowls through the night. In the 1930s at Hospital Juarez, La Planchada, a.k.a. the Ironed Lady, fell for a doctor, but he left her for another woman. Slipping into a deep depression, La Planchada contracted an illness that ultimately killed her. Rumor has it that she had looked down upon other nurses, as well as murdered a patient in hopes of overcoming her heartbreak for a man she was no longer able to trust.
What? She think that would make her feel better? That's fucked up.
I don't know. She is said to roam the halls of hospitals and tend to the needs of patients, as well as return to the room where she died and heal whoever is staying there.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
Weird. Then I don't think she killed someone.
No, that's what it says.
That
doesn't make any sense, though.
No. And why would she go back and heal the person?
Unless she was trying to
atone?
Yeah.
Maybe.
The Vanishing Hitcher. Traced as far back in the 1870s, the Vanishing Hitcher is exactly what it sounds like. He hails down drivers only to suddenly vanish, sometimes even when the car is still moving, with no explanation. Some say that the hitcher often appears in the form of a young girl, leaving an address for her house. Drivers are often greeted by two grieving parents who are said to announce that today would have been their little girl's birthday. That sounds like American
and is
white
that
lady.
Every time? That's so depressing.
Yeah.
If cabs keep coming up to your house.
Oh my gosh. I'd start getting pissed.
Yeah. That's terrible.
La Lechuza. If she sees you, she will get you. La Lechuza is a woman who turns into an owl, waiting outside of the houses of her victims, often crying until her victims come out. Also known as the witch owl, rumor has it that she sold her soul to the devil to become more powerful. Sometimes she appears as an owl the size of a human being, often with the head of an owl and body of an elderly woman.
Creepy. Maybe that's what was crying outside your house that one time. She's trying to get you to come out.
I don't know. I don't like it. The Goat Sucker. First caught in the act in March 1995, God. I need to go to bed. Okay, let's try this again. The Goat Sucker. First caught in the act in March 1995, Chupacabra, or the Goat Sucker, is a tall creature who lurks in more than 100 farms, sucking the blood from the animals. Will you stop it, please?
I'm sorry. Okay, good.
Others have also identified Chupacabra as a werewolf creature with vampire fangs, basically a vampire werewolf. Whether called the bloodsucker or Chupacabra, this creature is one of the most pervasive cryptozoological entities out there, having made appearances in Puerto Rico and across North America.
It's so crazy. I wonder what that thing is.
I don't know.
Because have you seen, like, people who claim to have caught one?
Yeah.
They look like dogs.
Some of those things that people say are the Chupacabra, they're just like dogs with mange.
Yeah. But I wonder if that's what it is, or if there's actually, and like, how can they drain a goat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just looks like a dog. I don't understand.
I don't know.
I wonder if it's an actual thing.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is. White Death. White Death felt unloved and unwanted, and was driven to take her own life. Now, guilty or not, her spirit goes after anyone who knows she exists. No one is truly safe, especially once you are forced to tell someone of her existence. If you hear her knocking at your door at night, do not speak of her to anyone. If you tell someone of her, she will only go after your loved ones.
Oh, no.
Ladies in a red car. Cruising on the streets of Mexico City and Cuernavaca, I don't know, The carriage of witches, a red car containing a group of beautiful women, often go after lonely men during the night, making promises to fulfill their needs, only to accept their offer leads to death.
Well, that's rude.
Men who get into the red car are found hours later on the side of the road, branded with ritualistic symbols. Never drive alone, stay in groups, otherwise stay indoors at night.
Creepy.
Alley of the Hands.
Ooh.
Do you dare walk through the Alley of the Hands? 10 skeletal fingers that capture their victims. In 1780, a priest established his life in Alfalfa in hopes to spread the word of Christ. Upon his brief stint, the priest had received some help from 2 local farm boys, only to never see them again the following day. Killed during his sleep, who killed the priest became the talk of the town, putting the 2 local boys onto trial and ultimately leaving them to hang. The boys' hands were nailed to the wall of an alleyway, and whenever anyone had attempted to remove them, they were only visited by the spirits of the boys, as well as catching a glimpse of the priest.
Holy crap, that's creepy.
That is weird. The Girl in the Tube House. The Tube House is an abandoned mansion in Monterrey, Mexico. It was built in the 1970s by a family of 3 who wished to make a safe and comfortable home for their disabled daughter, who used a wheelchair to get around. On the day the family brought her to see the new home for the first time, the little girl fell off one of the ramps and veered through one of the windows, falling to her death. Reports say that the little girl will throw any living child out of the window if they trespass on her property. Some have even seen her waving to them through the very same window she fell out of.
Holy crap.
That's all I got.
All right, I have stories about unexplainable things, and this is part 1.
Okay.
So first one, I once had a dream that I was being pulled under my bed by some unseen force, and I woke up under my bed.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't like that.
I know. I was once told to pick up my brother from school, so I was walking through a few narrow pathways where I saw him waving at me, and he started running. I thought that this was an invitation to chase after him, so I obliged and was catching up before I reached the cross path where he had just vanished. I didn't think much of it until we were discussing it when I arrived at the house, and he swore on his life that he did not see me on the way home, and he walked home with his friends.
Yeah.
Doppelganger?
Maybe. That's what it sounds like.
Creepy. Next one day I was home from school with some kind of abdominal pains. I went up to lay in bed and felt something heavy just drop on the sheets between my legs. I looked, and there was nothing there. Nothing was on the ceiling that could have dropped either. My mom used to have nights where she would wake up in the pitch blackness. There was always a street lamp shining through her window, and feel like someone was on top of her choking her. That house was weird.
Yeah.
That's creepy. Next one, a few years back, I was falling asleep with my wife cuddled up to me on my left side. At some point, that's not what it says at all. I'm at the point where I'm just starting to fall asleep, but I'm still very slightly lucid. Suddenly, the hair on my body sort of stands up. I feel this chill and then hear a weird, almost whisper in my right ear. It sounded almost like someone talking backwards.
Yeah.
My eyes snapped open and nothing was out of the ordinary, so I go back to sleep and just brush it off as my imagination. The next morning, my wife says she had this weird dream. She said she dreamed she was in bed and her old childhood friend was standing at the foot of the bed. He climbed onto the bed and began whispering in my right ear. She said she thought it was kind of weird since her friend had recently committed suicide.
Ooh, that gave me chills.
I know. Next one, this happened when I was living in Indonesia to set the scene. If anyone on the minute off chance knows this woman or someone who has told you this happened to them, please do pipe up. It's obsessed me since it happened, and I think about this woman every day. So we had a house for a while that was a bit like a wedding cake. On top was a little snug nook room, a bit like a ship crow's nest. You could see for ages around. We were in the middle of an empty square patch of land, and it backed onto an unused field, big, flat, open, nowhere to hide. No trees lining it, just more flat fields, and then a tall back wall. A wall of about 4 foot high separated the field and my house. One day, late afternoon, I'm up there just relaxing and hear these blood-curdling screams, "Help me, help me." All of that, a woman, probably Australian, screaming in English. I've never heard anything like it. From my nest, I can see her running across the field at the back, kind of limping. Pretty sure she was bloodied, fucked up, either way. She got about halfway through it when I saw her. I run down to the ground floor and towards the field, and she was gone. No sign of her at all. It took me all of about a minute, if that, and I was gunning it there to get to the field, but she just vanished. Nowhere to be seen, and it was incredibly unlikely someone came into the field and grabbed her and pulled her back without me seeing them. Pretty much an impossibility there. I sent my house security out to look for her. I stayed in the field looking, and they went towards where she came from and over the wall. She had to have come over to get into the field. It was an unused holiday villa, and they found a sandal and a bit of blood, nothing else. There was blood on the wall where she had climbed over, but nothing going the other way, so I know I didn't imagine it or made it up. We called the police, and they came and had a look, but they found nothing. Posters went up and stuff. Nobody got back to us or anything. Fuck only knows what happened when I was coming downstairs, but I know it couldn't have been good. Still freaks me the fuck out.
That's weird.
It is, and I'm sorry. It was, like, really weirdly written. Next one. I seriously found one of my pet tortoises casually munching on some leaves in a tree. To this day, we still don't know how the actual fuck she got up there.
Someone had to have put it up there, right? I mean, come on.
I don't know.
There's no way a turtle can climb a tree.
No! Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay. Okay, next one. About 10 years ago, I was at a relative's house, a cottage in a small Michigan coastal town, for my summer vacation. She was almost completely deaf. Without hearing aids, she was completely deaf. Because of her impairment, she had a security system that flashed lights and called her home phone, which also had a light, in addition to sound an alarm. This is important later. I had gone out to see the 4th of July carnival and arrived home at around 11 p.m. My relative went to sleep around 8 every night at the latest. When I came in, I turned off the alarm, essentially signed myself in, and turned it back on again, like I did every time I came home late. I poured myself a glass of water and walked upstairs. Now, upstairs, there was a long hallway. At the end of it was a door to a patio overlooking the backyard. We never used it because it wasn't up to code. The house was built in the late 1800s, and many aspects weren't worth the money it would cost to fix them. So there was a decorative antique chair that was propped against the door to the back patio. When I walked in that night, the chair was propped against my bedroom door instead, leaned underneath the doorknob as if to keep someone from exiting. I bolted from my relative's room to find her fast asleep. Her guard dog was also asleep. I woke my relative up and put in her hearing aids. She called the alarm company, and they had no record of anyone besides her setting the alarm at 6:30 and my entrance at 11. They called the police anyway. When the cops arrived, they moved the chair and attempted to open my bedroom door. It was locked. The doorknob was original to the house, and there was no key for it. So the cops and I walked out on the front balcony and used my key to open the sliding doors. Everything was as it should have been, and when we opened the door from the inside, it wasn't locked. The cops searched the entire house and found nobody, and nothing was missing. I have no idea why there was a chair barricading my bedroom door, and why it appeared locked when the lock wasn't even turned. The police sent for a fingerprinting kit, and they found no fingerprints on the chair, not even my relatives. Nobody knew why. I had trouble sleeping in that room after that, and the police kept an undercover cop outside for a week, since my relative was a beloved member of the community. Nothing fishy happened. A few other creepy things happened in that home.
That's weird.
That is weird. Unexplainable.
Yeah.
One night, my neighbors and I were out on a pontoon sharing stories about the area and our homes. Our houses were on a stretch of land bought out by professionals in Detroit and Minneapolis who decided to all build vacation homes together. My relative's house was built by a doctor from Detroit. One night, after the family had finished supper, the mother couldn't find their youngest daughter. They sent out a search party and found nothing. 2 nights later, they found her body washed up on the nearby Indian Reservation Island. The kicker was that the island was upstream from the house. Almost everyone who lived on our street has claimed to see her, this 4-year-old in a long petticoat, wandering down the street. One woman claimed to see her trying to open our front door about 20 years before she told me. Very creepy. I had a healthy fear of a few parts of the house. There was a dumbwaiter that had been sealed up and later opened and turned into a laundry chute. Once my cousin looked down jokingly during a midnight game of hide and seek and saw a face looking up at her. There was a back bedroom that was originally the servants' quarters. It turned into a guest room, and nobody liked to sleep there. We had cable installed in every room, and in that room, the channel would switch every half hour to static and then go back. Everyone the cable company sent out was equally baffled. One of them joked that our house was marked as haunted on the service notes. Eventually, we just took the television out of the room. The weirdest thing was in my bedroom. In the late 1990s, my relative bought the home from the daughter of the family who had lived there for the previous 50-odd years. Her uncle was schizophrenic, and in the 1970s, he lived in my room. When my relative moved in, she had the cedar paneling in the closets removed and replaced. When the old paneling was removed, it was covered in newspaper clippings, most local, some national, all featuring disappearances and murders, and some interviews with celebrities and photographs of celebrities. We assumed this was normal, a form of isolation or prep for paneling, but of course not in this weird-ass house. It turns out that collage was once an art therapy favored for schizophrenia and other disorders, and the uncle was encouraged to paste pictures on the closet walls, but not on his bedroom walls, which to this day feature wallpaper installed in the 1920s. When a piece of the wallpaper started peeling, my relative had her handyman paste it back up. In order to make it look clean, he peeled off further to reapply. Underneath the wallpaper strip was writing, a lot of it. Things that make sense when associated with schizophrenia, but terrifying otherwise. Get out, they can hear me, etc. I was understandably terrified of it in combination with the chair episode in my first comment. There was also lots of hidden nooks and crannies. A corner of my closet slid out to reveal a hiding spot. There was a tiny door in the kitchen that led to absolutely nothing. We turned it into a pantry, but once we put shelving in the door, it wouldn't open anymore. We sealed it with caulk and painted and ignored it. The garage in the backyard had a cellar below that had concrete poured in sometime during the 1950s. The dogs would stand clear of the cellar door and bark if the garage door was open to them. That's creepy.
Sounds like a cool house, though.
It does. Oh my gosh. It would be so... Because it sounds like you could find something no matter how many times you looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. About 2 years ago, after my uncle killed himself, we had a big 16th birthday party. 60th. Grandma's turning 16! Oh my god. Okay. This is why I don't drink anymore. I'm going to start that over. Okay, about 2 years after my uncle killed himself, we had a big 60th birthday party for my grandmother. We brought the helium balloons home to her condo after the party. One of them started following her, including going down under the door frames and bulkheads, then going back up to the ceiling. We never saw it. It would just turn up. It was printed, "I love you, Mom."
Aww.
That's nice. Aww. Next one. This took place around 4 years ago. I was outside one day waiting for my mother to arrive home from work. I was looking down the road we live on, and I noticed something that I first thought was a deer. I walked out into the middle of the road and realized it had 2 legs. I decided to whistle at it, and it froze about 3/4 of the way across the road. After a couple more whistles, it ran across the road. Could have been a person, but I fucking swear it had introverted knees. That's the part that freaked me the fuck out.
Ew. That reminds me of a story I just listened to on Monsters Among Us.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. This guy was driving late at night. They were on a road trip or whatever. And everyone in the car was asleep. Obviously, he wasn't.
Yeah.
And he said he saw a wolf, what looked like a wolf, down the road.
Uh-huh.
So he started slowing down, thinking it would,
Yeah, run off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't. And when he got close enough that he could really see it, it looked like a werewolf. Like it had a canine head, and as it went down its body, it's like it had, fur. Mm-hmm. And then as it went further down, it got, more sparse.
Like human?
Yeah. And then he said that it like locked eyes with him.
Oh my gosh.
And then it stood up and walked off the side of the road.
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. Oh my gosh. I would die if I saw that.
There's so many stories of people that see stuff like that.
I know.
It's like I want to see it, but I don't.
I know. Like, part of me is like, oh my gosh, I would love to see that. But if I was in that moment, I'd be terrified.
He said that it's like his mind, when it was happening, wasn't like registering what was happening.
Yeah.
And he said he got, after he got like a few feet past where he saw this thing, his mind like caught up with what
oh my God.
happened. And he immediately hit the gas and was gone.
Oh my gosh, that is scary.
Ugh.
That is scary. Next one. This happened about 6 years ago. A couple of friends and I decided to go out into the woods and build a base camp. We brought axes, machetes, fuel, and a tent. We walked deep into the woods and spent all day cutting down trees and building a makeshift fence. Being idiots, as it became dark, we realized we had no way to see. We started a fire and realized if we pour some fuel into a small can, we can light the fumes at the top and create a torch. We made several torches and placed them in the surrounding woods. It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
It got very dark and we needed more logs for the fire. So I was out 20 meters from our camp and I could still hear my friends talking. I was swinging at a tree when I felt something hit my back. I froze and turned around, staring into the dark forest right at the edge of the lights from our torches. I saw nothing and I assumed something had fallen off the tree and hit my shoulder. Right as I was about to swing, something hits me in the back of the head, and it hurt enough to make me swing around again. I saw a rock at my feet and I was terrified now. Turning back towards the camp, I heard my friends and see a light from the fire and keep turning my head, looking into the darkness about halfway to camp, and a rock flew by me, missing my head by inches. I ran back to camp and told everyone, and they saw the terror in my face. We sat for a while before more rocks came. We couldn't see anyone or anything, just rocks flying into the camp. Needless to say, we didn't sleep, just chilled in the tent holding machetes and keeping the big fire. There were so many rocks in the morning. The thought still terrifies me. We were deep in the woods. No one else should have been out there. I want to say it was a person, but we didn't hear anything or see anything. Just so many rocks. Just to clarify, there were no cliffs of any sort. We were in rural Canada. I would love to say it was Bigfoot, but the forest was silent. If it was Bigfoot, then he's light on his feet. All you could hear was the rocks hitting the ground. The thought of laying there, hearing these, still makes me freak out. There should have been no people around where we were, really deep in the forest. We were far from any kind of towns, almost in a nature reserve. Walking back to my friends, I felt like the whole forest was watching me. Haunting feeling to be so vulnerable and trying to keep it together while wondering if you're crazy or if you're really in danger. So, Bigfoot, sounds like.
Sounds like it.
I'm
surprised no one got hit.
Yeah, if there were that many.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, back when I was 15, maybe 16, I was at my grandparents' house where there was where the whole family was getting... Oh my God, I can't read at all. I was at my grandparents' house where the whole family would get together pretty often. So there were 17 of us hanging out and no reason for anything creepy to happen or let imagination create things. I was in the kitchen, which is on the second story and is connected to a balcony. As I was walking past the sliding doors that go outside, I see clear as day a man sitting on one of the railings facing outward. He was blue-hued, almost glowing. It was really just a glance that I saw him and had to do a double take, but when I looked back for my second look, he turns, looks at me over his shoulder, gives a smirk, puts his hands together, and dives off the edge. I quickly went out and looked over the edge, but obviously found nothing. It's just one of the weird things that happens in that house.
Ugh.
That's creepy.
That is creepy.
Next one, when I was 17, our neighbor's son died from a drug overdose. He had just graduated high school the night before. I had seen the guy around, but never really interacted with him. However, his dad and mine were the typical close, helpful neighbors, so I had developed a slight friendship with his father. A few weeks pass, and his dad comes over with a box of things he wanted to get rid of, all belonging to his son. He asked if I wanted the things, and I said sure. It was pretty awkward, but I felt like he needed me to have them. In the box was a pair of light blue and white Jordans, pretty old, but I figure I could use them for weed eating and typical yard work. I later realized that there was something written on the tongue of the shoes. N.B. Nathan Black. That gave me chills, not sure why it took me realizing his son had written on the shoes to be weirded out by wearing them, but it did. This wasn't the creepy part, though. A few weeks go by and I'm home alone, and I leave my room and head down the hallway toward the kitchen. It's pitch black, and as soon as I round the corner, I make out a white figure about 15 feet ahead of me. It was so strange because I didn't feel fear, more like a weird safe feeling. I blinked a bunch of times, and I could make out Nathan just staring at me. It took 2 seconds, but when I smashed the hall light switch as hard as I could, he went away. It happened a few more times when I was living there. I feel like the kid was watching over me. Either that, or he was pissed I was slowly ruining his Jordans. And this is my last one. I saw a shadow man of some kind once. When I turned off my lights to go to bed, I saw a shadow man who turned and looked at me, put on a shadow hat, turned around and walked out a shadow door, and closed the door behind him. Only paranormal type thing I've ever experienced. Shadow door. Those are mine.
All right. It's time for the witty wrap-up.
Yay, witty wrap-up.
So these are just funny tweets.
Okay.
A baby's skull is malleable, and I absolutely hate my parents for not squeezing me a better jawline. Parks are weird, aren't they? A gym, a children's birthday party venue, a romantic date location, all in a giant fucking dog toilet.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Plants. I'ma wave my genitals in the air. Humans, fragrance.
Oh my gosh, well, when you put it like that.
Still smells good.
Yeah.
Women get to smell like real things. Vanilla, lavender. But men have to smell like concepts. What the fuck is cool sport rush?
Hey, if that's the only thing they have to deal with, they're good.
Yeah, really.
Let us smell like flowers, damn it.
Me. Headbanging to the radio. My barber. Fucking stop it.
Not the place or the time, man.
Stop asking me what you're doing or what I'm doing. I'm literally at home reliving the same day every day.
Yep, that's it.
Me. I have a headache. WebMD. And it'll be your last.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking hate WebMD.
I know. It's the worst.
Everything you look up, it's cancer.
I know. I have this tiny little bump. It's cancer!
The claps in the Friends song should have been screams.
Why?
Think about it. Sing it in your head, but instead of claps, do screams.
I don't get it.
There's the part. I was singing it in my head. Let's see. Let me think for a minute. I can't do it right now.
I'll think about it
I've had too much to drink.
I'll think about it at 2 a.m.
It made sense when I was doing this and I did it in my head.
Okay, well, hold on. When did they clap? Is it the beginning? Okay, we'll just move on.
Let's forget it. Okay. If you're having a rough time, just remember God gives his hardest battles to the people he just doesn't like very much.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, that's not the way I've heard it.
It's supposed to make you feel better.
I once confused a tube of super glue with a tube of lube. It was horrible. My model plane kept slipping apart.
Thank God. Oh my gosh.
Me. So I said, what are you going to do? Kick my ass? Nurse. Then what happened?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this is my last one. Therapist. Good, good. Now say it with confidence. Me. No dessert, just the check, please. Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Email in your stories. We need them. Always. GhoulsNightOutPodcast@gmail.com. You can look us up on Facebook. Join the group. I actually sent out a few invites this week and people accepted. So request to join the group and rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen. And we will talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.
All right, it's time for the witty wrap-up. So these are just funny tweets. Okay. A baby's skull is malleable, and I absolutely hate my parents for not squeezing me a better jawline. Parks are weird, aren't they? A gym, a children's birthday party venue, a romantic date location, all in a giant fucking dog toilet. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Plants. I'm gonna wave my genitals in the air. Humans, fragrance. Oh my gosh, well when you put it like that. Still smells good. Yeah. Women get to smell like real things. Vanilla, lavender, but men have to smell like concepts. What the fuck is Cool Sport Rush? Hey, if that's the only thing I have to deal with, they're good. Yeah, really. Let it smell like flowers, damn it. Me, headbanging to the radio. My barber. Fucking stop it. Not the place or the time, man. Stop asking me what you're doing, or what I'm doing. I'm literally at home reliving the same day every day. Yeah, that's it. Me, I have a headache. WebMD, and it'll be your last. Oh, yeah. I know, it's the worst. Everything you look up, it's cancer. I know. I have this tiny little bug. It's cancer. The claps in the Friends song should have been screams. Why? Think about it. Sing it in your head, but instead of claps, do screams. I don't get it. There's the part. I was singing it in my head. Let's see. Let me think for a minute. I can't do it right now. I'll think about it. Like, I had too much to do. Yeah, I'll think about it at 2 a.m. It made sense when I was doing this, and I did it in my head. Okay, well, hold on. When did they clap? Is it the beginning? Okay, I'll just move on. Let's forget it. Okay. If you're having a rough time, just remember, God gives his hardest battles to the people he just doesn't like very much. I've never heard that one. Yeah, that's not the way I've heard it. It's supposed to make you feel better. I once confused a tube of super glue with a tube of lube. It was horrible. My model plane kept slipping apart. Thank God. Oh my gosh. Me. So I said, what are you going to do? Kick my ass? Nurse. Then what happened? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is my last one. Therapist. Good, good. Now say it with confidence. Me. No dessert, just the check, please. Thanks.